So this is my digital reflection on two stories we went over during the semester, specifically Who Am I Cheese and This Is Water, and how even though they were totally different stories, they both had same lessons in them. So for Who Am I Cheese, I know you guys know the story about Hem and Haw who were looking for cheese through a maze. They find a place to get really comfortable, and then finally when the cheese moves, they freak out. The difference between them two is that Haw decides to act and do what he used to do and go for a run and go look for more cheese, while Ham is the one who's all negative and says he expects and deserves the cheese that's there, when in life you don't really deserve anything unless you work for it. So a few of the lessons that I learned was that life is not static. Be ready for change. Huge lesson they're trying to get through. The whole handwriting on the wall all has change in it. You just got to be ready for it. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen, and there's no way of avoiding it. So if you're ready for it, if you're expecting it, and you're ready to move with it, you'll have a better outlook and you'll have a better jump on whatever that change is going to be. To go along with that, if you stay positive with that change, you'll have a better life. Um, Haw was the one who stayed positive. He was kind of down about it, but then he thought, hey, I've done this running before. Hey, I know I could do this before. I know I could do it again. So he was positive and he made sure to do it. Obviously, him on the other hand was the negative one who didn't really move and didn't really do much. But in this, you can see the underlying message that happiness is choice. Between the two, they were both in the exact same situation, and Haw chose happy, Ham chose negative, and that's how it ended up. How it ended up. So This Is Water, a speech by David Foster Wallace. It was a really good speech. Just had a few good messages that stuck with me. First one was don't go on your default setting. Life is meant to be lived. You don't want to be the person that's just like going through the motions, not really know what you're doing. Like I said, life is meant to be lived. Also, there's no point in moping around. You don't want to be the person that's always down, just like lick floor, just sitting wherever like you don't want to be seen. Like you have a life, you got to do stuff with it. It's just another lesson that I got. Another huge one that he talked about was empathizing with others. You could be having a bad day the first time, but the next day when you're having an alright day, someone else could be having a really bad day for some reason that you don't know. Realize that some people have bad days, and don't be the jerk that like jumps on them whenever they say something bad to you. That's not going to help you. It's not going to help them. It's just going to make the day worse for both of you guys. If one person is negative towards you, try to send positivity towards them, because I know positivity is something that people bounce off each other. If you send that to someone, you can be the person that makes their day, and you can make them turn that day around. To go back to my message, happiness is a choice. Everybody's going through the same cycle. Like I said, like sometimes you will have that bad day, but if you have that mentality to bring that little positivity out, if you see someone else having that positivity and they bounce it off you, you know you could become happy off of that. So my final message is choose happy. In Whom Am I Cheese, you saw that Ham should have been positive. Hall was right away positive and jumped on it and was ready to do stuff, while Ham was negative. It's great to see that that exactly what I'm talking about. Two characters in the exact same situation, exact same scenario. One of them chose to be positive and happy about it. The other chose to be negative, and you saw how the outcome was. For This Is Water, even though we don't really talk about it much, everybody's going to hit that cycle where they're in that same repetitive motion of Monday through Friday work of anything, school, any kind of schedule. You can be negative about it and like hate your life Monday through Friday and be the person nobody really wants to be around, or you could look positively about like set goals. Just be positive in general, because positivity brings positive outcomes. It's pretty cool, because just a week before we had This Is Water conversation in class, I saw this image right here online, and it says every single day you make a choice. Like I said again, two people in the exact same situation, they just picked a different side. It's really easy to choose the right side, so I don't know what's so hard about it. I'm a firm believer that if you go through life with a positive outlook, you'll see a lot.